Good morning and assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Impact Room Day 2. I just want to quickly give you an introduction about what Impact Room is. Impact Room is a unique side event we are having this year as an experimenting actually. Um, Side event of ICSR conference here. What we are doing here is actually providing a dedicated space for individuals, organizations, and community engaged in social impact work to showcase their achievement and also create an open forum to discuss social issues, policies, community challenges in the Maldives. Unlike the formal panel you have seen on the stage, Impact Room is designed for more conversational and interactive and accessible type of experience. So it's more open dialogue. So please feel free to ask questions, and this is supposed to be conversational and engaging. So I'll hand over to the speakers and Dr. Nashi, who is moderating.
Thank you, Dr. Latif. Assalamu alaikum. Today we have a very interesting and thought-provoking discussion, at least we hope, because this is something we rarely talk about. So today we have here with me Mariam Shazli, Chief Civil Officer, and Mawa Muhammad Shafiu, who's the Senior Civil Officer. They work in the Maldives Correctional Services. With over nearly 2 decades of experiences, we start our discussion from cell to community, harnessing the family systems for social protection. So it's always when we talk about social protection and especially focusing on young people who are coming in conflict with the law, what comes into our mind is mostly on family. It's Ministry of Gender and Family, Social Protection, these are the places, but we rarely know anything about Maldives Correctional Services in that essence. So to start with, could you elaborate a little bit on what's your role in this essence?
Thank you, Dr. Nashi. I think a lot of people does not know about corrections. We are like in the background of all the organizations. But actually, we play a very integral part in the juvenile justice system as well as the criminal justice system. We are actually responsible for public safety, keeping you all safe, and as well as providing and safeguarding the rights of inmates, as well as giving them opportunities and support to successfully reintegrate into the community. So we play a huge role in their integration and their change in their behavior as well. It's not just keeping them inside the prison, we also provide them a lot of opportunities. So I think that's something a lot of people does not know, that we play that role. It's just in the prison, we just keep them. But no, we do a lot of work, and I hope we will go further into the details of what we do.
Yes, adding on to what Shazli just mentioned, when we say corrections, most of them only can imagine the walls and the security guards. But there is more happening there. We are actually trying to conduct programs, rehabilitate them, and reintegrate them back into the society. So it's a lot of work, and I think with today's session, we can go deeper and explore and talk about more on how we can, how the community and the family actually can help them during this journey.
It's really, probably what many of the audience would be thinking about, what's the back role or the backstage that's going on that you described in the sense of this, social protection, and also what do you both do in terms of as civil officers in keeping them safe, and also, what do we need to care? They are prisoners. They've done something really bad. So why do we need to care?
I think bad is such a harsh word. I would not use that word. But I think they have made a mistake, like we all do. They also made a mistake, but the mistake they did was in related to the crime or the law, in conflict with the law. So when they are taken into the prison, as far as adults, we have a holistic rehabilitation program that we are already providing them, where first is the assessment stage where they are coming into the prison, and we give all these informations and be give an introduction of how prison works and everything. And second is more working towards their crime, the role interventions, one-on-one interventions of what they will need, the background of their crime and their history will be working on that area. And third will be more of giving them opportunity to learn skills, MQA related skills. And fourth will be working in the prison. We give opportunity for them to work within the prison. And after that will be the aftercare or the reintegration stage. And when we talk about the juveniles, often juveniles come to us in two cases. One is when they are under the detention, but please do note, detention is a measure of last resort. So before coming into in contact with correctional facilities, they have a lot of opportunities in the community to reintegrate. If I go further, deeper into that, we have in the pre-trial stage, there's diversion, and trial stage, and even in the sentence stage, there's diversion for them. So in that, in the all stages of the proceedings, they are rehabilitated, but they come into our facility as a last resort. After exhausting all those options, they come to us. So when they come to us, we usually work on their rehabilitation rather than serving them just a punishment. So we work with them one-on-one with aftercare or their one-on-one programs that they need. And we have other category of juveniles as well that who are institutionalized, or after exhausting all these options, they are sentenced to prison. And even then, even we start with their rehabilitation. And when we talk about social protection, please tell me if I'm talking too much. I keep going on and on. I think in every stage of these proceedings, we do work with the family, because the whole point of juvenile justice system is also working with the family as well as putting the best interest of the child in every area.
Shazli just mentioned about the rehabilitation program that we conduct. We actually have 4-phase rehabilitation model, which is only conducted in Mafushi prison for now. Because of the challenges that we face, we are not able to establish this model in Himafushi or Hulumale prison. So for now, it's only Mafushi, but we are actually still planning and still working to start with the model in other 2 prisons as well. Thank you.
Probably, I mean, I'm just wondering, since you are talking about the models, what kind of crimes are they, have they committed in terms of, because I would like to also rectify my previous comment on being bad, but that's just the layperson talking. So, that's how society with little information probably may think like. So, okay, I'm going to rectify that and put it on record that, yeah, we all make mistakes. So this is a part of giving them a second chance, if I'm to say it. So that's how it is, right? So in terms of what kind of crimes or what kind of issues do they have, and the programs that you talked about, so is it just individual or case by case, or how does this work? or is it just with them, or with the do you work with others? Because if this is the last, according to what you just said, like Maldives Correctional Services is the last resort for them. So I'm thinking like it's a little bit, I don't want to use another word that I may regret saying, but I mean, it's a little concerning. Let's put it that way. So probably, I mean, what kind of issues are you talking about?
As we look into the adults, 80% of the population is actually drug related. And as for now, only 2 rehabilitation programs has been conducted focusing on drug rehabilitation. Due to several challenges, we were not able to continue the program itself. But still, we are working with agencies who are relevant to this program. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to start them soon and provide them the opportunity to rehabilitate and get into the society. And we conduct in this 4-phase model. We first conduct the assessments, and we see what they need. And first phase is providing them the very basic education, like namad kuranenge mihuna namad kuran daskoddi, and conduct the literacy numeracy programs. And the second phase is more into the life skill, and we are still trying to develop the thematic programs. And the third would be we have a institute, and through this institute we conduct the MQA certified programs like agriculture, carpentry, all those courses and workshops, skill-based workshops mostly. And the fourth is community, prison-based community work, where they can work and then earn some money. Yeah, that is the overall picture, if I would say.
I'll just add something to what Mao just said. When we talk about the juveniles, it's more of we have cases of murder and related to gang violence. Often these violence-related crimes are related to gangs. So when we talk about the juveniles, the last resort, let me clear that out a little bit. It's not the last option. It's a last option in terms of the public safety, in terms of their crime and how it will affect the society. So after exhausting all the options that I mentioned prior, all the pre-trial, trial, even the sentence stage, when the judge feels like, okay, this child needs to be institutionalized, but keeping in mind his rehabilitation is the most important aspect. And even when they are institutionalized as punishment also, rehabilitation is the most important part, not the punishment. Because punishment is not restorative justice. We're talking about restorative justice where rehabilitation is the most important part, where they are integrated, where we cater for their every need, when in terms of even mental health, even in terms of their individualized needs. They might come from a broken family. We work with them to provide that assistance, to help them to build their relationship. हम अड़मेंगे बेलुमगे दशमी अंडनी हम एम्मेफाहोगे मारुहलागवेस कुजा badal kura, rehabilitate kura, not to put them through a punishment, but rather just give them the help that they need. And that help might be given behind our facilities.
Breaker. Okay.
Since you have mentioned about second chance and the work that you are doing, I think that is really impressive. How far have you successfully reintegrated them into the community? Like, you know, some crimes are more severe than the other, but do you have some cases where you can share you successfully, rehabilitated them?
Thank you for the question. It's a very good question, actually. Success stories, we have a few stories. Everyone, I think, knows the unsuccessful stories, right? Everyone knows, but successful stories are hard to hear, but we do have success stories. Recently, we had a case where I'll not go into the details of the individual or the crime, but in this case, the success came because 50% was his will and his drive to change, and the other was his family and stakeholders. So all of everything came together to make this story a success. And Alhamdulillah, he is now he is working in. He's working. That's just, I'll not mention the place, but he's working. He's doing well. He is now he has a steady income. The crime that was the sentence that was upon him is now ended because he completed all the conditions of his probation. So I think that's a success story where we all came together. It wasn't. He's completely free, but that freedom came because of his will and all the stakeholders coming together to work for him to make a change in his life.
So how important is the role of the families in this case? Usually, I mean, people who are in the prison, we often hear that there are no visitors with this case. How important was the family and what was the family's role?
Family actually plays a huge role. Most of the inmates actually share with us that they do not have any connection with the family. And I think that is the reason why they are there. Because family, we are born into the family for a reason. We are part of the society for a reason. So when we do not get the support that they need, and when we are not able to correct the and attend the small cries that they actually yes, so it's very important the family is there. So I think one of the biggest protective factor would be family, yes, and the support, and also the community.
I would just like to add to that. When a person goes to prison or our juvenile detention center, the only connection they have to the world is their family, through their family. And when that connection is not there, they're not a part of the world anymore. And when they come, for example, they get an opportunity to come back to the community. The whole community has changed, the world has changed, the way we live has changed, the trends has changed. So it's a new world. And not having that sort of belonging and support puts him to another vulnerable stage. So it goes in a cycle where prison, community, community, prison. The cycle doesn't end because there's no support for him. So when the family is a part of his rehabilitation, even in the prison or even in the community, then only he can break this cycle. Often when they go to the prison, the family is just brush it off. Not seen? Okay, I'll not worry about him. He's in the care of the government? Okay, we're fine. But the rehabilitation starts from the day one he is inside the prison. If you are not going to pass on an encouragement, a word of encouragement, even a little thing, therefore ha the rangale, therefore ha the badal vijay. Those 2 words, 2 to 3 words can make a huge impact on that person's rehabilitation, even the mindset even, which we often do not think that, okay, such a word could make a difference. But he's already having a hard life within the prison. And you're not providing the support, but you're the support, you're the constant that they only have in the world that is changing every day, every single second. And not having that support, that's just, as a person who is inside or who is coming to a society where he's new, we feel vulnerable, right? And we start looking for that belonging, that attachment from somewhere else. And often these people are the ones that who already put him through this series of crimes or series of things that have been happening in his life. Almeng e loiba alaluma getere no libeka mavanya aila tere no libeka mavanya eti hodan dani bera eka me mihorna ki alme fretama mitana mi cycle tere aveddi miho. That is why family is so important.
I actually have 2 questions. My first one is, as mentioned, most of these juveniles come from broken homes. And are there any programs or planned programs which are going to help these families get used to supporting the juveniles once they come out of prison or while they're in prison and all of that? And my second question is actually more of something I want to get your opinion on. I heard that they're actually planning to decrease the criminal age of justice, the juvenile age of criminal responsibility from 15 to 12. And like you said, most of these people are coerced or even groomed into crimes, particularly because the drug-related and gang ones, because they feel a sense of belonging with these people and they get money and that helps support their families. So I wanted to know how this would affect these juveniles now.
Thank you for the question. Going to your first question, we are trying to integrate family in the rehabilitation programs, but unfortunately it's still not there, but we are still developing, in the process of developing. But DJJ does work with the family even though they are in the prison. So families are a part of a program that is run by the DJJ as well. So, but inside the prison, unfortunately, we do not have yet, but we are in the stage of developing. And for the second question, in my opinion, I don't think the age needs to be lowered because they're still growing. And we cannot impose a punishment on them or label them because they did something that their mind is not developed. So in my opinion, we should not reduce it to 12 or 13. We already have a minimum age of 15 to take the criminal responsibility. I think 15 is okay for now. Maybe further researchers or further research into other areas of juvenile justice system can make a difference in the age, but for now I think 15 is a good age.
I mean, which brings to the conversation we had previously over a couple of months ago. That is, I think in one of the conversations you mentioned that your biggest challenge is that these juveniles, they grow into adults and then serving. So how does that work? Could you elaborate on?
When the Juvenile Justice Act came, there was I'll say a cutoff age where we define a child or a juvenile, which was 21. But unfortunately, when the first amendment came, the clause was omitted. The clause was taken out, so there's no cutoff age now or the minimum age as well. there's no cutoff in both areas for now. So what happens, the biggest challenge for us to dealing with these juveniles are sometimes when they bring, then they are brought to us, they are above 18. But the law clearly states that every child who was in the juvenile justice system before they turn 18 is to be considered as a child until they go out of the system. That means either their punishment or the sentence is cancelled, or as a MAF clemency or something is given to their sentence. They will be considered a juvenile until the end, even if they reaches the age of 35, 45 even. And right now, even there are around 10 individuals who we are working with who are at the age of 24 to 35 and above. But still, we have to consider them as juveniles. So this is one of the biggest challenge we face, because there are some rights that adults only get that juveniles don't get. Like in the juvenile detention center, smoking is not allowed. It's a non-smoking facility. But the juveniles in the facility demands to be given cigarettes because they're adults, which is in our Ganun Asasi, Komemihakavis Haggel Libigenwe. So they grab on that haggu and they say, oh, we need that haggu, but we cannot provide them because they are considered as a juvenile. So there's a bit of problematic area. We can see inconsistencies in the law that we are still trying to amend, and we have already been working on this for the past 2 years. And hopefully the amendments will come later this year, I'm informed. So fingers crossed.
My question is regarding, you said that you are trying to reintegrate the inmates into the community as well. So, when a person, even if it's juvenile or an adult, when they are, sent to prison, they are given a label that, they have been to prison. So there's a lot of stigma that would be present in the society. So are you tackling the societal stigma, and if yes, how would you tackle it?
For now, we are not able to conduct awareness programs or work one-on-one with the families. But as mentioned earlier, we are still trying to develop our current rehabilitation program. And I believe that it's very important that these misconceptions that we have to be addressed. And the family, the community needs to be ready when the inmate is rehabilitated to welcome their family member or to welcome him back into the society, make them involved in community activities. For now, we do not conduct any such programs, but we plan to in the near future. Thank you. I hope this answers your question.
Can I have one question? So you talked about facing difficulties when implementing programs. What's the main difficulty that, as an institute or as someone trying to run these programs, that you face in terms of whether it's operational or technical or research-wise?
Thank you for the question. One of the major challenges that we face is infrastructure. Before, the prison was designed punitive based, but now we have adapted the rehabilitation model. So it is actually very difficult to conduct sessions to keep them batch gotan nagage mihim maseke kura iruge mihum wakin gengulen asu wara undagutake ebahuri. And also the inadequate staff we have. We have a small number of rehabilitation officers trying to work with them. So it is very challenging. We are still trying to find a way how we can work around this. So let's see what we can do. And also the resources that we have, it's actually very limited. So yeah.
Thank you. It's a very informative session. One thing about Juvenile Justice Act, I think it was rectified in 2013, if I'm not wrong, is that it really stresses on restorative justice. And I'm the principal of this school. And you know how difficult it is for me to put the victim and on the other side, the culprit, their parents. And if they don't agree, how do I work for, restorative justice, or even how could I communicate that restorative justice? Because one person's fights for the right of his child who's been bullied or physically been abused, and then the other one, as per the constitution, is the person that I should try my best to, rehabilitate. My mandate here, is like I have to build confidence, trust to my customer community, ensuring that this school is a clean, clear school where we safeguard every child. So there is a bit of, contradiction. And in my experience, practically doing it is one thing. And another thing that lacks in the system is, from 2013 to till date, is the awareness among educators and schools. It's really lacking. Many people do not understand anything about restorative justice. And I can see systematically, for administrative purposes, students are being segregated in the schools when they are very young. And when the students are being segregated in such a way, they get labeled in the whole community. Even the youngest child, who is 13 years, does not deserve public humiliation or not being able to perform or incompetent. Those labels are being put to students, whereby a system produces these kids and then they come out of the system, and almost 30% of the students does not want to even step into a school again. We are working on it, and we can see systematically it's been failing day by day. The question is, how do you overcome this challenge? One thing is about me. How do you recommend me to bring this balance in, restorative justice? That's one thing. And secondly, I have heard about this Islahiyah concept being, some people trying to bring back. I recently had a conversation with the child ombudsman person. She's quite opposing the concept, but it seems public funds and things have been already put in place. And again, the Islahiyah story, I don't know, I'm sure you would be very much aware of it, the scenarios of it, the case studies of it, sad stories of it. But some people, again, somehow had the belief that it should come in. What do you say about this?
You put us through in a very different...
Before I give them a chance to respond on to this, one of the main reasons why we are having this conversation is to create awareness, because this is not a talk topic in this community, and also there's a lot of stigma around it. And now that we are having these conversations, which actually tells a couple of things that they are ready to talk about it. Earlier, we haven't. And nobody was ready to talk about it. So the first thing is that when they are ready, so the community is ready to listen as well. So that's one thing that in this impact room that we are trying to create that impact in creating awareness a little bit, so that everybody takes away that there are people who needs our support, and also that in our society we have to work together without labels to be comfortable about each other, and also accept the little annoying things that we find out about others, so that we can actually accept as without judging people. Because once we point a finger at others, there are 4 fingers pointing at right back at us. So what does that tell about our faults? So we are not faultless in that essence. So perhaps they have something else to say as well.
Okay, so the one thing that you talked about was restorative justice in the school. I think that's a difficult situation, but I think restorative justice is not easy as well. It requires a lot of people working towards helping the both sides as well. In this situation, I think the best option would be maybe education, bringing education and DJJ in the process of all this, because there is a victim and there is a abuser as well. So I think, I'm not sure if this answer helps, but I think maybe bringing DJJ into the context of this situation might make a difference, because I think they need awareness, they need help. There's something that is going on here that we are not able to tackle yet. And I think maybe those experts can help figure out this situation where both cater to their needs. And when we talk about perceptions of public, I think the Juvenile Justice actually came in 2019. That was came along with the Child Rights Act as well. So these both acts, the purpose of these both acts was to protect the children from the victims, and as well as protecting them from others as well. So we still need, this is a new law, we are still in the stage of developing. Like I said, mentioned before, there are some things that needs to be changed within the act, even within the law even. There are some, like I said, the minimum age and maximum age, there's no cutoff area. Even that is something that we need to, and this is a new thing for us. So we are still trying to figure out how this will work. So I think we need to create more awareness to the public, even though we are still trying to figure this out. More awareness on the public of how juvenile justice system works, what are the child rights. We only know the child rights is hedibodu. Vihai dengena hedibodu varnige. I think that is the only right we know, but there are so many rights stated in the Child Rights Act. I think we need to aware our public. Then only we can create a safe environment for everyone. Just a bunch of government organizations being aware or a bunch of schools being aware doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference, but not that a huge impact. The whole society as a whole need to be aware of what is going on, what are the child's rights, how to tackle these issues, what are restorative justice, how we can integrate rehabilitation rather than just blaming them and punishing them for what they do. So I think awareness is the key here. I hope, sir, that helps in some way.
Final thoughts, and then I think there's one. Can we take one question? Can we? One question from the student this side. The rest we can do later. Yeah. So, okay, thank you. Thank you for giving me that extra time.
You mentioned that most of the people in these juvenile centers have been groomed or like coerced into committing the crime. What's being done like after they're out of the juvenile system to help them stop being groomed, to stop that possibility from happening?
Thank you for the question. Not everyone is groomed, but some of them are groomed, and some of them are even they are already come from within a broken family where they're already seeing these things. So it becomes normalized for them. the crimes are normalized for them. Not every child is groomed into doing such activities, but if we have such cases, and we do have, to reintegrate when they are in the community, we work with other stakeholders. Like if it is a child related to drugs, we work with NDA, we work with Department of Juvenile Justice, and sometimes we work with IJMH for psychiatric evaluation or any other areas, NGOs even sometimes, even the councils, at all councils even we do work with. The whole purpose of everyone coming together is to help the child. So it requires as kujage needs nani. Kuja, if they want, they need counseling in the areas of religious. We do provide them. We guide them to Islamic ministry. If there is an issue, they have a broken family, like I said. We do work with gender as well. Help them restore or help them get reattached, attachment build kurung, a bond itura varugata kurung, making them heal in the healing, help them with the healing process as well. So we do work with other stakeholders.
All right, so that concludes our session, and thank you very much for our speakers as well for the insight, and I hope that from this session we'll be able to, there are many takeaways here, and hopefully this is not the last. We hope to continue having these discussions with more of the other parties that were involved, directly involved, so that we can continue to make a greater and a larger impact as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Nashi. Just for your information, we have a very important session, especially the students. We are talking about AI and digital technology in the next session, okay? For the student. Just let you know. Now I would like to call our Villa College Marketing Director to give away the certificates to the speakers and our facilitator today. Nizna, thank you. Mariam Shazli. Photo. Mawa Muhammad Shafi. Dr. Aishat Nasheed. Thank you. Thank you, Nizna. And thank you all the speakers and facilitator.